Algebra 1A, 1.4, Part 2, Measures of Center. So there's three main ways that we can look at measures of center. This is a value that attempts to describe the central or typical value within a set of data. Common measures of center are mean, median, and mode. So we're going to first start with the mean. The mean is the average of the data. So if you think about how many average points, what was the average points you scored in basketball this year, we can add up all of our games, the points, and then divide it by the number of games. So to find the mean, we're going to find the sum of the data and then divide by the number of data values. So for number 1, we're going to add up all of those values, and then we're going to divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we end up adding up all the top numbers and we get 80. 80 divided by 5 would be 16. So if you think of this as points per game, you could think 15 points in the first game, 7 points in the second game, and so on. But about how many points did I score per game this year? It'd be 16 points per game. Okay, why don't you pause it and try number 2. All right, if we add up all those numbers, we get 56. But then what would I divide it by this time? We need to count our numbers to see what we would divide by. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to divide by 8 this time. So we're going to take 56, is what I get on the top, divided by 8 would be 7. So the numbers in this data set are about 7. Okay, that's the mean, the average. All right, the median. This is the middle data value. We talked about the median when we were learning about box and whisker plots. Okay, so to find the median, you first want to put your numbers in order from least to greatest. From there, you want to find the middle number. So if I kind of think about getting rid of one on the outside, one on the second one on the outside, what am I left with? My median is 15. So that's another way to think about what is the middle of the data. Why don't you pause it and try number 4. All right, so for the median, if we put our numbers in order from least to greatest, and we kind of think about getting rid of the outside 2, the second one, the third one, we have a tie. We have a tie for the middle data point. So we're going to take 5 plus 7 and divide by 2. We're going to find the mean of those middle ones. It says the median is the mean of the 2 middle values if you have even number data set. Okay, so your median would be 6. All right, mode was the last type of measure of center. This one is the value that happens most often. Okay, find the mode of each data set. Now, number 5 is kind of a trick question because no values repeat, so we're going to say none. Okay, number 6, we've got 5s, a bunch of 5s, we've got a bunch of 8s. I think that's it. Which one did we have the most of? We had the most 5s. Okay, go ahead and pause it and try number 7. All right, we have 2 7s and 2 10s. So since there was a tie for it, they both could be the mode. All right, range. This would be the biggest number minus the smallest number. What is the range of your data? So we can just take 24 minus 7. We talked about this when we were doing the box and whisker plots. So 24 minus 7 would just be 17. Okay, over here, our biggest data set point is 14 minus 2, which is going to be 12. All right, number 10. The length in minutes of a movie are 95, 108, 135, 124, 115, 102, 98. Find the mean, median, and mode. So first of all, for the mean, we're going to add up all these numbers. 95 plus 108 plus 135 plus 124 plus 115 plus 102 plus 98, and then sometimes there's a keyword in there that you don't actually have to count the numbers. 7 movies. So we end up getting 777 divided by 7 is 111. So the movies are averaging 111 minutes, which is almost 2 hours. All right, now we've got the median. So that was the median. We're going to put our numbers in order from smallest to biggest. All right, so median, we can start working our way from the outside to the middle. Okay, and then finally the mode, this is the number that happens the most often. And it looks like there is none. There is no number that happens the most often. So we're going to say none. If we wanted to do the range, 135 minus 95. 40. All right, let's try one more of those. The cost per gallon of regular gas. So we have the mean. We're going to add them all up. And divide it by how many data points are. Again, there's a keyword there. There was 6. So if we add all those numbers up, we should get 14.46 divided by 6. Ends up being 2.41. All right, next we've got the median. Median, we're going to put our numbers in order from smallest to biggest. All right, and work your way in. 2, 4, 6. Yep. So there's a tie between 2.4, $2.40, and 2.44. So we need to add those up and divide by 2. And that's where we get 2.42. Okay, mode, which one happened the most often? So we're talking about gas prices. What is the gas price that is happening most often right away? So there's one at 2.4. It looks like that's your only double up there. So mode 2.44, and then range was the biggest minus the smallest. So we can go 2.48 minus 2.34. Okay, so the range of gas prices right now is only 14 cents. All right, your assignment is on Canvas 1.4 Part 2. So for Canvas, you'll go to Algebra 1A. From there, you'll find today is Tuesday. Click on Tuesday's assignment 1.4 Part 2. Okay, and then go ahead and just start with Take the Quiz. Okay, your problem might be different than my problem, but when you get done, you can submit it. And if the score isn't as good as you'd like, you can do it again. If you need copies of the notes, they're right here too.